49.37.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and this is Regular Guy Training. So, you guys saw a little bit of what was going on there, but let me explain the mechanics of this, right? Because this is one of those drills that it's really one of those you thought you were good type drills. So here's the thing: like I've run similar drills before, but nothing actually quite like it. For instance, a similar type format is you set a singular target off in the distance and that kind of stuff. You set up two barrels or two cones or whatever. You start in the middle, on go. You dart off to one of the two cones or barrels or whatever, and you're only allowed to place one shot, whether or not to hit or a miss, and then you sprint from this barrel to this barrel. And you keep going back and forth, placing one shot at a time until you get a pre-prescribed number of hits. This is actually slightly different. This is called the Domino Drill. I didn't come up with this. I was showed this drill by the guy that's actually filming that you see in the first rep with the rifle. But what it is now is it's 4 barrels arranged in a box, and you also have 5 individual steel targets. Now, in this particular case with a rifle, from the closest barrel to you from the start point, like you saw me underneath the overhang, and then you saw me friggin' paddle boat off to a first set of barrels. Well, the targets themselves relative to that first set of barrels is 50 yards away. And then the second set of barrels is roughly 7-ish yards away or closer to that array of 5 targets. The targets themselves are A-zone size steel, right? So a USPSA piece of cardboard, the A-zone is the size of those plates. Now, all 5 targets get shot at every barrel, or get shot at least. On every barrel. You don't get to make up your shots or anything like that. And here's the thing. When you sprint off to your first barrel, let's say that I started from the far left target, moved all the way to the far right target, because that's what I did in this case, right? And you would just simply go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like all the way across, right? But imagine those 5 targets have their own numbers attached to them, right? So I started out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I would dart off, go to the next barrel. When you hit the next barrel, when you hit the second barrel, you move 1 target down, but you still hit all 5. So when I get to the second barrel, instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Going from the second barrel to the third barrel, you're in the middle of a reload because you only have 2 mags of 10 for this. Once you hit the third barrel, after you've done your reload and that kind of stuff, then it's 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. And then, dart off to the fourth barrel, stop, and then it's 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Make sense? So that's one of those drills where you have small target zones. You're under time the whole time, right? A miss is at least a 1 second penalty. The reason why we chose 1 second was just that it was easier to math. And if you go out of sequence, it's a 5-second penalty per target. Same thing if you miss targets altogether, right? So let's say that, first barrel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go to the second barrel, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, go to the third barrel, get the reload done, and then for instance, I just do 3, 4, 5, and then go to that last barrel. I went out of sequence, right? Or I missed those targets completely. Like I didn't even, move within the procedure for that. It's a 5-second penalty per target. So missing those 2 on the end is 5 seconds. So there's that. And then all it is from there is balancing your throttle control, because your total time is your total score, right? So that's the whole thing. So you need 4 barrels with a rifle. The targets are 50 yards away from the closest barrel to like you, where you start. You need 2 magazines of 10. And again, everything that you're doing, you're just moving 1 target down, right? To start anyway. So it starts off with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Do the reload, third barrel, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Fourth barrel, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. So it forces some transition work in there too. And as far as pistol goes, all that really is instead of it being 50 yards from that first barrel is 25. Right. So they're both pretty damn hard to do because you have to have your rhythm in check. You have to be able to throttle up and throttle down based on where it is you want to be on the time, and all that works out. So I just figured I'd show that off to you. It's the first time I'd run that particular permutation of that drill, which is actually really nice because we ended up running it like a billion times. It's frustrating as hell because you're trying to beat your friends, and the minute you start throttling up too hard, you quit breathing, you quit doing all kinds of really important stuff, you start dropping a lot of shots, and that you might have a better raw time, but it's crap now because all the penalties fucked you up. So have fun with that, and go get some training. We'll see you later, guys.
Good. 49.37.